Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cruze. Welcome to the Geometry Chapter 10A test review. This will be broken up over a couple videos, but in each video I'll be showing you how to do the various problems on your review. Okay. The hope of these videos is that you watch these, you try the problems on your own, and you can check your work and your answers as we go along. Alright? You can feel free to pause this recording, rewind it, do the problems over and over until you figure them out completely, okay? Number one here is a parallelogram, and the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Well, the base, you always want to look for the segment that you have the perpendicular segment to. The base happens to be 12. Of course, we know because opposite sides are congruent. So the base is 12, and the height itself, the perpendicular segment, is 3. So that'll be 36, and then don't forget your units, centimeters squared, okay? Don't forget units. Let me make a note here. Do not forget units. Okay? Number two is, of course, a triangle, and the area formula for a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. This is the most common formula for it, at least. Anyway, 1/2, well, again, just like the rule with the parallelograms, the base is the segment you have that's perpendicular to your height. So it'll be 10 and then 4.2. And some quick multiplication on your calculator gives you an answer of 21 square inches. Okay. Number three is a trapezoid, okay, because it has one pair of parallel sides. I know they're not marked, but it'll tell you on the test which ones they are. So this is 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. Well, the good thing is we know the height, and we know base 1, and we know base 2. So this will be 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. So this is 1/2 of 4 times 18, which gives you 36 square meters. Okay. This is a rhombus, okay. Rhombi, you know, are parallelograms, so of course their diagonals bisect each other. So if this segment is 5.5, hey, so is this one. If this segment is 6, hey, so is this one, right? And then the area formula is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. And I want the whole length of the diagonal. So how long is this diagonal? Well, it's 5.5 plus 5.5, which is 11. And diagonal 2 is 6 plus 6, which is 12. So you just multiply that out, and you should get 66 square feet. Okay. Number 5, once again, a triangle, only this time it's upside down. Not a big deal. You have the base. Remember, you're looking for the segment that's perpendicular to your height. You would not want to use 15. I know it's the flat side, so everybody thinks that's the base. But no. You want the perpendicular side, okay? Just make sure you're looking for that. Anyway, it's 1/2 23 times 8. So you have to take 1/2 times 23 times 8, and you get 92 square inches. Okay, so far so good. Number 6, again, is a trapezoid, only this time they didn't really give us the height, right? We're going to need to find that. We know this base is 26 inches due to simple addition. And if I look here, I have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. If you remember 30, 60, 90s at all, you know the short leg can be multiplied by the square root of 3 to get the height here. So it would be 6 square root of 3. But I told you, you don't really need to know the radicals. You can just convert that to a decimal. Quick punch in your calculator gives you second square root of 3 equals 10.3923. Use 4 decimal places. That'll make it as accurate as possible. Alright? Anyway, here we go. 1/2 the height times base 1, which doesn't really matter which one's base 1 or base 2. So you just have to take all this in your calculator. 3923 times 20, of course, because I already took the half, and you get 207.8 square inches. All right. Number 7, what shape is that? Well, a lot of you are going to look at this and think trapezoid, but no, this triangle really isn't a part of it. This is a parallelogram again. So it's base times height. Well, here's the height, 2.3 inches. That's pretty easy. The question is, which segment is it perpendicular to? Is it perpendicular to the 3 or the 1.4? Well, if you look, it's perpendicular to this line containing this bottom side, so it's 1.4. So that'll be your base. So you just have to take 1.4 times 2.3, and you get a respectable 3.2, and I told you round to the nearest tenth. It's technically 3.22, but I told you round to the nearest tenth, so 3.2 square inches it is. All right. Number 8 here, again, a 30, 60, 90 triangle, again, very similar to number 6. This time, though, we're missing both of our bases. We can figure that one out. This is the short leg of a 30, 60, 90, so it is half the hypotenuse, which means this is 6. So how long is the whole base? Well, that would be 36 inches. And now you need the height. Well, again, it's 6 square root of 3. Hey, look, it's the exact same as it was before. So this is now 10.3923. That's your height. And then you just plug it in. 10.3923 times base 1 plus base 2. Make sure that when you plug these in your calculator that you are, of course, following order of operations correctly. Okay, I don't want any mess ups at all. 3923. Anyway, it comes out to be 342.9 inches squared. So even though they have different, or even though they have the same height, they have different areas. So that's nice because they have different bases. Number 9 is a kite, this piece of cake. Again, just like the rhombus, it's 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Diagonal 1 is 4 plus 14, which is 18. Diagonal 2 is 7 plus 7, which is 14. So you just take 1/2 times 18 times 14, and you get 126 millimeters squared. Okay? Pretty easy. This one's a rhombus again, so same formula, 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. You already know how long this diagonal is. It's 24, so you can go ahead and plug that in. We just need to figure out how long the other one is. Well, again, it's a 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90, because the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. So once again, this is the short leg because it's across from the 30. So this will be 12 square root of 3. Okay? Or, well, we'll get the decimal here in a second. Anyway, the whole diagonal is 24 square root of 3, which you can go ahead and you can plug that into your calculator. 24 square root of 3 is 41.5692. And then you just multiply that together. Okay? So let's see, 41.5692. I got 498.8 square feet. Very simplistic. You will have the formulas for all of these, alright? So nothing really to worry about. You just need to know how to use the formulas, okay? And make sure you know all the 30, 60, 90 stuff. By the way, if you didn't know how to use the 30, 60, 90, you could certainly use what you know about sine, cosine, and tangent. 12 is the opposite of the 30. X is the adjacent, so that would be tangent. Tangent of 30 equals 12 over x. Pull the old switcheroo, and you could easily show from your calculator that 12 divided by the tangent of 30, okay, is 20.7846, and I'm betting if you double that, you get exactly what we got here for our entire thing, right? Because we doubled it, 24 square root of 3. So even if you don't remember the 30, 60, 90 tricks, you can certainly use sine, cosine, and tangent, okay? Oh, 11's another kite, piece of cake, right? 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Well, how long is this diagonal? Well, it's 8.5. Ah, decimals. Oh, that's okay. That's what calculators are for. This one is 8. So you just take 1/2 times 8.5 times 8, and you get a whopping 34 square feet. Alright. I'll do these next two, and we'll wrap this video up. So, find the value of h in the following parallelograms. Okay. Well, h is this segment here, and it happens to be perpendicular to this side here, which happens to be 20, right? So I think we could all agree area is base times height, which would be 20h. Ah, but wait a minute. Here's another height, And this time it's perpendicular to the 10 side. So isn't the area also 8 times 10, which would be 80? And the answer is it is. But of course these both are the area. So I can set them equal using the transitive property. Divide both sides by 20. And of course h will equal 4. There are no units on this one, so this one's fine to leave off units. If you want to write units, you can. But if you want to make up units, you can. It's fine with me. Okay. Same thing for 13. Here's the height, and which segment is it perpendicular to? Well, it's perpendicular to this, which is 6.5, right? So that means the area is 6.5h, but the area is also 7.8 times 6, right? So I have to take 7.8 times 6, and I get 46.8. So that's what my area has to equal. So 6.5h equals 46.8, which means h equals 7.2. And again, you could make up whatever units. We'll call them Cruzes. Okay, 7.2 whatevers. All right.